we observe different type of reaction in our everyday life. Some reactions are very fast, but some reactions are very slow. When we are mixing HCl hydrochloric acid with NaOH sodium hydroxide, the reaction will go and will be completed instantly. But when we are talking about rusting of iron, iron will get rusted after some time. It will take some time. So what affects the speed of a reaction? Let us talk about this topic, and that is chemical kinetics. Good morning, students. Today we'll discuss about this chapter, chemical kinetics, chapter number 4 of class 12. When we think about different type of reactions, we think that some are spontaneous, some reactions have the natural tendency to occur. These are spontaneous reactions. These are feasible reactions. And there are some other reactions which are non-spontaneous, which have no tendency to occur by itself. These are non-spontaneous. But when we consider about the feasibility of spontaneity of a process, we are aiming at thermodynamics, because thermodynamics tell us about the feasibility or spontaneity of a process. But during a reaction, when we consider about the speed or rate of a reaction, then chemical kinetics will tell us about the speed or the rate of a reaction. Kinesis is a Greek word which means speed, or we can say movement. So chemical kinetics is the branch of chemistry which deals us about the, we can say, branch of science which deals about the rate or speed of a reaction, and also tell us about the factors which will affect the rate of a reaction. When we think about how rapidly the food will get spoiled, खाना हमारा कितना जल्दी खराब हो जाएगा, then we are talking about the rate of a reaction. When we are talking about the factors which will affect, or the rate at which the fuel will be burnt in auto engine, then we are talking about the rate of a reaction. We are talking about chemical kinetics. Most of times we observe that people say diamond is forever. It means diamond will not be changed. No, diamond can be changed into graphite, because this is a spontaneous process. So thermodynamics will tell us that diamond can be converted into graphite. But do you know, for this conversion, we can think that maximum time will be taken by diamond to show this process. So much time that will not be perceptible by us. So we can imagine that diamond will not be converted. Diamond आपका अगर हम सोचे कि चेंज किया जा सकता है ग्रेफाइट में, लेकिन बहुत साल बीत जाएंगे जब डायमंड से ग्रेफाइट बन के आएगा. इतने साल के हम सोच के रखेंगे कि भाई डायमंड आपका चेंज हुआ ही नहीं है, क्योंकि द कन्वर्जन रेट और द स्पीड of conversion of diamond into graphite is very slow. That's why people say diamond is forever. So, which tell us about the speed or the rate of the reaction? That is chemical kinetics. Chemical kinetics will tell you that this type of reaction will carry at high speed, at great speed. This reaction will be carried out at a moderate speed. This reaction will be carried out at very slow speed. So this is all about the chemical kinetics. Now if we talk about what are the differences between average rate of reaction and instantaneous rate of reaction. You know, when we want to determine the rate of reaction in a reaction, any type of reaction, reactant get converted into product. Now when we are talking about the conversion of reactant into products, we know reactant, concentration of reactant will become less, or we can say reactant will get disappear after some time and product will start to form. So rate of reaction will depend upon the disappearance of reactants and appearance of product. So when we are talking about average rate, so we are considering that the disappearance of different type of reactants, R2 minus R1, that is the change in the concentration of reactants, and the change is going to be decreased क्योंकि हमारा रिएक्टेंट कुछ टाइम बाद धीरे धीरे कम होता चला जा रहा है, इसलिए रिएक्टेंट के सामने हमने माइनस लगाया है. If we will have products, then we will write here plus. Because this is average, that's why we are writing concentration R2 minus concentration R1 divided by time, that is T2 minus T1. T1 is the initial time when we have concentration of reactant, we are taking R1, and after some time when the time will be T2, then the concentration of reactant will become R2. So we want to determine average rate, it will become equal to R2 minus R1 divided by T2 minus T1 or delta T, and it will be signed by negative because reactants are going to be disappear. And if you write here products, then we write here plus sign. So this is about the average rate. We are talking about average. But when we are talking about instantaneous rate, instant means immediately. We are talking about the particle movement of time. So when we are talking about any type of reaction for a particular moment of time, then we are talking about instantaneous rate. So instantaneous rate will be represented by minus sign, but D will represent the particular time, particular moment of the time. Minus D R divided by dt, where R is represent the concentration of reactants and dt is that moment of time, that particular moment of time. थोड़े टाइम के लिए अगर हम किसी रिएक्शन की रेट देखना चाहते हैं तो हम इंस्टेंटेनियस रेट यूज करेंगे. मान लीजिए कोई प्रोसेस हमारा हो रहा है, कोई रिएक्शन हो रही है और उसको होने में मान लीजिए 10 घंटे का टाइम लग रहा है, लेकिन हमें सोचना है सिर्फ 1 मिनट के रेट के बारे में. इस 1 मिनट में उसने क्या किया है. दैट्स अबाउट इंस्टेंटेनियस रेट. उस पार्टिकुलर मोमेंट में क्या रिएक्शन की स्पीड रही थी, दैट इज अबाउट इंस्टेंटेनियस रेट. Now, if we talk about the factors which will affect the rate of a reaction, we have different factors which will influence the rate of a reaction. And these are what? Nature of reactants, concentration of reactants, and temperature of reaction, and presence of catalyst. These are the main factors. Besides that, we will have presence of sunlight. We may take presence of radiations, because some reactions are dependent on sunlight and some reactions are dependent on radiations, are radioactive. But majorly these are the 4 factors which will affect the rate of a reaction. So first is nature of reactants. When we talk about the nature of reactant, it means we are talking what type of reactants we have. There may be different type of reactants, maybe ions, maybe atoms. We know ions will react at a faster speed. They are reactive species. So when we have such type of reactants which have very less time, which have very less life period, they will react instantly. So depending upon the nature of reactant, we can say rate of reaction will be affected. Now the second one is that concentration of reactants. If we are using much concentrated reactants, or I'm saying that when we have maximum concentration of reactants, then there will be maximum probability of conversion of these reactants into products. जितना ज्यादा हमारे पास रिएक्टेंट होगा उतना ही ज्यादा प्रोडक्ट बनना होगा, जितना कम रिएक्टेंट हमारे पास होगा तो प्रोडक्ट भी उतना ही कम बनेगा। तो कंसंट्रेशन ऑफ रिएक्टेंट जितनी ज्यादा बढ़ती चली जाती है उसके हिसाब से हम कह सकते हैं हमारे पास में रिएक्शन की जो स्पीड है वो भी ज्यादा होती चली जाएगी। बेस्ड ऑन दिस फैक्टर we'll talk about rate law. Let us deal about the rate law expression and how the rate constant and order of reaction will affect the rate of reaction. Let us talk. So if we talk about decomposition of hydrogen iodide, product will be formed as hydrogen gas and iodine gas. In this case, how we can show rate of reaction? Because the concentration of reactants are going to be decreased or reactants are going to be disappear. That's why sign will be negative. And concentration of products are going to be increased or products start to appear. That's why sign will be positive. In that case as well. But why we are showing half in that case? Because when there are 2 moles, stoichiometric coefficient of HI is 2, then here are 1 and 1. It means when it will be half, when HI will be half, then it will be 1. It will be 1. If you want to show the equal value of products for H2 and for I2, then we'll write here 1 by 2 because the stoichiometric coefficient in front of HI is 2. We will divide by 2. If it was 3, then we'll write here 1 by 3. If here in any other example it is 4, then we'll write here 1 by 4. So it will be divided by stoichiometric coefficient. Now I was talking about rate law. So what is rate law? We know, we have studied in previous class, in class 11, what is law of mass action, which tell us about the rate, that rate will depend upon the concentration of reactants, molar concentration of reactants. Now if in any reaction we have A, B are the reactants and small a and small b are their stoichiometric coefficient or their moles. Now these AB reactants are going to be converted to C and D, and small c and d are the stoichiometric coefficient of C and D. Now in that case, according to rate law expression, rate will be directly proportional to the molar concentration of A and D, and each is to the power X and Y. Now why we are not taking power equal to small a and power equal to small b? Why we are taking X and Y? Because in this rate law we will think about order of a reaction. Now A and B are the stoichiometric coefficient, but order of a reaction is the sum of the may be equal to the sum of the powers that may or may not be equal to stoichiometric coefficient of reactants. That is the sum of the order of reaction is the sum of the powers which are raised to the term which are representing reactant molecules, and these powers may or may not be equal to their stoichiometric coefficient. ऑर्डर ऑफ रिएक्शन में हम जो x और y रिप्रेजेंट कर रहे हैं उसका जो सम होता है उसे हम ऑर्डर ऑफ रिएक्शन कहते हैं, लेकिन x और y जो है वो जो पावर इंडिकेट कर रहे हैं रिएक्टेंट की कंसंट्रेशन को, वो जरूरी नहीं है, वो ही आपके उस रिएक्शन के दौरान ए और बी के स्टोइकियोमेट्रिक कोफिशिएंट के बराबर हो। वो हो भी सकते हैं और ना भी हो सकते हैं। तो ऑर्डर ऑफ रिएक्शन वी कैन से इट कैन बी डिटरमाइंड एक्सपेरिमेंटली। अगर किसी रिएक्शन में आपको यहाँ पे पावर सपोज कीजिए यहाँ पे अगर 2 दे रखी है और यहाँ पे 1.5 दे रखी है, देन ऑर्डर ऑफ रिएक्शन विल बिकम 2 plus 1.5 3.5. It will become equal to 3.5. So order of reaction can be determined experimentally. So what is the difference with respect to molecularity of a reaction? Molecularity of a reaction in an elementary reaction is the number of the particles which are going to collide to complete a chemical reaction. But in case of complex reaction, there is no significance. We can say in case of that, we can say slowest step will be the rate determining step. So, molecularity of a reaction is a theoretical process, theoretical concept. But order of reaction can be determined experimentally. So, based upon order of reaction, we may have different type of orders: zero order, first order, second order, third order. But we will consider our syllabus because our syllabus is confined only to the first order reaction and their half-life period. Now, first order reaction, it means that rate of reaction will depend upon only one reactant, concentration of only one reactant. That will be of first order. In that case, when we calculate the expression for first order, this is known as differential equation. When we determine it, the value of k, that is rate constant, the value of k will become equal to 2.303 t log r naught divided by r, where r naught represent the initial concentration of reactants and bracket r represent the concentration of reactant that is present just now, जो अब बची हुई है. So that is r. So this is about the first order reaction. Now if we talk about half-life period, what do you mean by half-life? Half-life can be defined as the time period at which the concentration of reactant reduced to half. ये वो टाइम है जब किसी रिएक्टेंट की कंसंट्रेशन अपनी इनिशियल कंसंट्रेशन के कंपेयर में आधी रह जाती है. That is known as half-life period. Now if you want to calculate or determine half-life for first order reaction, what it will be? It will be T half, and T half is represent the half-life period. Now T half for first order reaction will be equal to 0.693 divided by K, and K is the rate constant. Now, so there are some reaction which behaves first order, like first order kinetics, but they are of higher order kinetics. Like we have example of hydrolysis of ester. When we take hydrolysis of ethyl acetate, hydrolysis of ethyl acetate. Hydrolysis means lysis or breakage of any molecule with the help of water. So we are taking ethyl acetate, CH3COOC2H5. This is ethyl acetate and we are hydrolyzing it. Now it will form what? CH3COH plus C2H5OH. Hydrolysis of ester will form product as ethanoic acid, CH3COH and C2H5OH ethanol. So in this case we can think that the rate of reaction will depend upon concentration of both of the reactants. We will think that it will be directly proportional to the concentration of CH3COC2H5 and concentration of H2O. So we will write here rate equal to K CH3COOC2H5 and concentration of water, that is bracket H2. So we think that rate of reaction will depend upon concentration of both these reactants. So it should be of higher order. But no, my dear, this will depend upon only one concentration of that reactant, because H2 is present in axis, so it will not affect any type of rate. It will not affect rate. The rate will depend only concentration of this reactant. So we will ignore the concentration of water because it is present in axis. That's why in this case rate will become equal to K CH3 COO C2 H5. So rate will depend upon concentration of ethyl acetate only in this case. So this example is of pseudo-order reaction. Is an example of pseudo-order reaction. Pseudo means false. So it means that this rate will depend only upon the concentration of only one reactant, will not depend upon concentration of other reactant. We assume that it should be of higher order, but it will be of just like first order. So this is about the pseudo-order reaction. So this is the factor concentration of reactant. We can conclude from this expression that where it is written that rate, you will find there is concentration of reactant. Means rate of reaction depends on concentration of reactants. If we have higher concentration of reactant, rate of reaction automatically will be increased. So this is the second factor. Now we'll talk about the temperature. How temperature will affect. So, how temperature will affect rate of a reaction? There are different reactions which are dependent upon temperature. Most of reaction will depend upon which are the temperature conditions. There are some reactions which will depend, we can say, on temperature only, basically. With the increase in 10 degrees Celsius, with the rise in 10 degrees Celsius, the reaction rate will become double. एक जो रिएक्शन आपकी 2 घंटे में होने वाली थी, अगर टेम्परेचर हमने उस रिएक्शन के लिए 10 डिग्री सेल्सियस बढ़ा दिया, तो वही रिएक्शन अब आपकी 2 घंटे की बजाय 1 घंटे में होने लग जाएगी. Depending upon this temperature, Maxwell distribution curve can be observed, in which he told us that there are different type of molecules which are going to collide during a chemical reaction, and these reactant molecules will have different type of speed. So maximum fraction of these reactant molecules will have specific type of speed, most probable velocity, and this fraction of reactant molecules will depend upon temperature. If we increase the temperature, they will be easily available to collide with each other to form a product. So that's why with the increase in temperature, with the rise in 10 degrees Celsius, we will have speed of a reaction becomes double. So depending upon temperature, Arrhenius equation we have, that is log K2 by K1, where K1 is the rate constant, initial rate constant, K2 is the rate constant for other reaction. So if we have different type of reaction and the temperature condition are T1 and T2, then this rate constant will depend upon the activation energy. E is the activation energy and R is the constant, gas constant. So we will have log K2 by K1 is equal to EA by 2.303 R bracket 1 by T1 minus 1 by T2. By putting the values of temperature and activation energy, we can calculate the rate of a reaction. We can compare the rate of a reaction by calculating K2 and K1. The value of K2 for second reaction can be determined with as compared to K1. This is Arrhenius equation. Based upon this, numerical may be asked. Now, fourth factor is presence of catalyst. We know catalyst alters the rate of a reaction. They are not consumed in a reaction, but they will alter the rate of a reaction. And most of times, this catalyst will speed up the rate of a reaction, will increase the rate of a reaction. Why? When we think about a reaction and we are showing a process of reaction during which A reactant is going to be converted into B with after some time. Now, when we are taking reactants, these reactants have their kinetic energy. This amount of energy is their internal energy or kinetic energy. But this kinetic energy is not sufficient for these reactant molecules to collide and to form product molecules. So they will require extra amount of energy for their collision to be effective. This extra amount of energy is known as activation energy and it is represented by EA. So threshold energy is the sum total of activation energy and kinetic energy that should be posed by reactant molecules so as to make a collision effective. And activation energy can be determined or calculated, that will be equal to threshold energy minus internal energy of reactant molecules or kinetic energy of reactant molecules. So there should be activation energy, there should be extra amount of energy needed by reactant molecules so as to make this collision effective. Depending upon that, we can say when we are talking about catalyst in an uncatalyzed reaction, if you are talking a reaction without catalyst, then the activation energy will be large, will require extra amount of energy, activation energy. This amount of energy will be very large, will be very high. But when we are using any type of catalyst, this activation energy value will become lower down, That is about when we are talking about catalyzed reaction, for a catalyzed reaction. And when you think about for uncatalyzed reaction, where we are not using catalyst, we will require high amount of activation energy so as to make reactant into product, so as to convert reactant into product. But when we are using catalyst, this catalyst will lower the activation energy. That's why reactant will get converted to product faster as compared to when we are talking about uncatalyzed reaction. जब हम कैटालिस्ट यूज करेंगे तो एक्टिवेशन एनर्जी का जो बैरियर होगा जो रिएक्टेंट को कोलाइड होने के लिए चाहिए ताकि प्रोडक्ट बन जाए, वो बैरियर छोटा हो जाएगा. इसका मतलब रिएक्टेंट मॉलिक्यूल जल्दी से कोलाइड होकर प्रोडक्ट बना पाएंगे. इसका मतलब रिएक्शन की स्पीड या रेट बढ़ जाएगी. So in presence of catalyst, the speed of reaction increases, rate of reaction increases due to the lowering of activation energy. So we have another concept, that is collision theory. Collision theory which tells us about that reactants collide with each other to form a product in a chemical reaction, So depending upon the frequency of collision, we can say product will be formed very fast. Means higher the frequency of collision, higher will be the rate of formation of product or rate of reaction. But is there only one factor for a collision to be effective? No. If you want collision, yes, collision frequency is the factor. But every collision is not effective so as to form product. Suppose we have any ball which is striking on another ball. If it is colliding with each other effectively, there will be formation of product. But if any ball, think about the ball is our reactant molecule. So our reactant molecule is colliding with other reactant molecule, but in this manner, touching the other reactant molecule. Will it be effective to form a product? No. So for making a collision effective, beside collision frequency, we will require a collision to be effective, will require energy barrier to be crossed and orientation barrier to be crossed. So energy barrier, as I told you, energy barrier is activation energy. That is activation energy. When reactant molecule collide with each other, they will depend upon their energy, threshold energy, so as to make product. And threshold energy is the sum total of activation energy and their kinetic energy. If the reactant molecule are possessing kinetic energy which is very less, they will not form product. So they will require extra amount of energy so as to make this collision effective. And this extra amount of energy is activation energy. So if these reactant molecules are crossing this barrier, if they are having this amount of energy, such amount of energy, they will form product. And reaction speed will depend upon this energy barrier, activation energy. If they will possess this amount of energy, the product will be formed soon. Now the second factor, that is orientation barrier. Now think about it. If we have any example like we are thinking about NO2 molecules are combining with each other to form N2O4. N2O4. Think if we have, for this orientation barrier, if we have NO2 molecule in this manner, this is first NO2 molecule and this is second NO2 molecule. Will this NO2 molecule be able to collide with this NO2 molecule? No, because you can see face of this nitrogen is towards the oxygen atoms of first NO2 molecule. This will not be able to collide with this nitrogen, first nitrogen of NO2 molecule. So there will be no effective collision. So to cover this orientation barrier, if these reactant molecules are showing such type of orientation in which we can think we have these two NO2 molecules. Yes, in this case we have both the nitrogen are facing towards each other. So they can collide with each other very easily and very effectively. And they will cover their orientation barrier so as to form what? So they will collide with each other to form N2O4. So for a collision to be effective, there should be higher collision frequency. We can say for a collision frequency is required, but a collision to be effective, reactant molecule should possess and should cover energy barrier and should cover orientation barrier. So that's about the chemical kinetics in very brief. I think all of you have studied about that. Keep learning, stay happy and stay healthy. All the best.